أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا أشهد أن محمد رسول الله. أشهد أن محمد رسول حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الله أكبر. الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
فإن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهد الله فلا مضل له وما يضلل فلا هادي له. ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله الله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله ولو كره المشركون. وصلى الله تعالى على خلقه محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم تسليما كثيرا أما بعد. وقال سبحانه وتعالى في الكتاب الكريم بعد أعوذ من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. Verily, our praise and thanks are due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Lord, the cherisher, the sustainer of the world. We praise Him, we seek His help, we seek His guidance. We seek refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the evil of our deeds and our actions. And whomsoever Allah guides, no one can misguide him. And whomsoever He leads astray, no one can guide him. We bear witness that there is no God, no deity worthy of being worshipped except Allah alone, bearing no partners. We bear witness that Muhammad is His final slave, messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Very best speech to the book of Allah, the best guide to the guidance of Muhammad and the worst manner and creed of those who innovate. Very such innovative matter is bid'ah. If you is misguidance, every misguidance deserves a blazing fire. Today's khutbah is a reminder for myself and for all of us here to speak kindly to other people, to speak in good terms, to speak good words. So in the Arabic language you have two, which is mentioned in the Quran, kalmat tayyibah and kalmatul khabitha. So these two things come out from the same organ, the same tongue, but it depends on how we address the people and how we use it in that sense, so it'll make us better or less. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala states in the Quran, He says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم تر كيف ضرب الله مثلا كلمة طيبة كشجرة طيبة أصلها ثابت وفرعها في السماء تؤتي أكلها كل حين بإذن ربها ويضرب الله الأمثال للناس لعلهم يتذكرون. So He said, see how Allah sets forth a parable, an example. A goodly word is like a goodly tree, whose root is firmly fixed and its branches reach to the sky. And it gives off fruits all the time. By the lead of His Lord, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, these are the parables or examples for mankind in order that they may remember. So that is a kalimat tayyibah, a word that is good. It's like a rooted tree that has a strong foundation and it benefits others around you with fruits. And then an example that Allah gave of a word that is khabitha, a word that is evil, a word that is wicked. He says, وَمَثَلُ كَلِمَةٍ خَبِيثَةٍ كَشَجَرَةٍ خَبِيثَةٍ اجْتُثَّتْ مِنْ فَوْقِ الْأَرْضِ مَا لَهَا مِنْ قَرَارٍ. And the parable of an evil word is that of an evil tree that is uprooted and there's no stability, there's no foundation in it, having the earth and no stability. So these are the examples Allah has mentioned to us. Qalmat tayyib, to speak kindly, to speak with good words, good terms, or to speak evil in a sense within itself. So be careful in how you state things and how you use the word itself. So Allah reminds us again, He talks about the good words comes with good character, good deeds. The bad words come with bad character as well. As He says, مَنْ كَانَ يُرِيدُ الْعِزَّةَ فَلِلَّهِ الْعِزَّةُ جَمِيعًا إِلَيْهِ يَسْعَدُ الْكَلِمُ الطَّيِّبُ وَالْعَمَلُ الصَّالِحُ يَرْفَعُهُ وَالَّذِينَ يَمْكُرُونَ السَّيِّئَاتِ لَهُمْ عَذَابٌ شَدِيدٌ وَمَكْرُ أُولَئِكَ هُوَ يَهُونُ. That whosoever desires dishonor, then to Allah belongs all. Whoever desires honor, then to Allah belongs all the honor. Power and the glory is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And to Him ascends the goodly words and the righteous deeds as well. The goodly words are not accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala unless and until they are followed by good deeds. But those who plot evil, theirs will be severe torment, and the plotting of such will perish. So the good words will come with good actions. And bad words will also come with bad actions as well. They come hand in hand. So speak kindly to people. It's really, really hard sometimes. Sometimes we find ourselves in the weirdest position. When it comes to others who we don't know or strangers, we are the most kind to these people, right? Our co-workers, people that we know, people that's outside our family we're kind. But when it comes to our own community, when it comes to our own family, when it comes to our own people and peers, we become harsh. The Prophet of Allah mentioned in the Quran that he was ruhama'u bainahum. He was a mercy, he was soft with one another. Ashaddu ala al-kuffar. He was one of those who was stern against the unbelievers. But nowadays we turn it around for ourselves where we are really harsh on the Muslims. We're really harsh, we're really critical, we really like to judge others because we like to always put others down so we can make ourselves look good. So we have to be careful on how we say things and how we put things aside. So in Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah, He pairs it up with not only just doing the good deeds or the same good words, but also with zakat and salat. So these things are also paired up together as well. He says, وَقُولُوا لِلنَّاسِ حُسْنًا وَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَآتُوا الزَّكَاةَ, and speak good to people, and enjoin righteousness and forbid from evil, and perform a salah and give zakah. So they come hand in hand, right? It is contradictory to a person who says the good words, but they do bad actions. That doesn't, it won't work that way. Likewise, when a person is doing good, he won't say anything bad, or a person is doing bad, he won't be able to do things that are good, because it comes together. So we have to be careful with our actions again. And there's no comparison. Even if somebody who does wrong to you, you should be the better person. You should show them the love and the mercy, so that to the extent where they understand that you are actually amongst his friends, his peers. And Allah reminds us again about that. He says, وَلَا تَسْتَوِي الْحَسَنَةُ وَلَا السَّيِّئَةُ ادْفَعْ بِالَّتِي هِيَ أَحْسَنُ فَإِذَا الَّذِي بَيْنَكَ وَبَيْنَهُ عَدَاوَةٌ كَأَنَّهُ وَلِيٌّ حَمِيمٌ وَمَا يُلَقَّاهَا إِلَّا الَّذِينَ صَبَرُوا وَمَا يُلَقَّاهَا إِلَّا ذُو حَظٍّ عَظِيمٍ. So he says that the good deed and the evil deed are not equal. They're not the same, right? Nowadays, the trend in America, the trend in the whole world is that if somebody does something wrong and the whole world is doing it, I have to do it too. It's not good that they're doing bad and I'm doing good. It just doesn't seem right. No, we have to be against the same person who's going to go up the stream, right? Up the river, right? The minute you follow them, you're following the trend, you're going to be right back there. So you got to fight that current. You have to go against that as well. So it's not the same. Good and evil are not the same. But instead, Allah says what? Repel evil with goodness, which is better. So if somebody wrongs you, do better than him. Imagine going to somebody, you're extremely upset about what he did or what she did, right? So you're cursing your lungs out. So the other person that you're cursing at, he just looks at you and he smiles. How can you get mad at a person like that? Or like us, a child, for example. You're getting angry because his child messed up really, really bad, but then you look at him and that person's really innocent. He has that innocent look and that smile on his face. How do you get angry? So that's how you repel evil with goodness. Right? When somebody's angry at you, you come back at him. You have that combat where I'm calm. That's it, no problem. Right? You take it day by day, and you take it easy on yourself as well. In another verse, he reminds us, he says that إِدْفَعْ بِالَّتِي هِيَ أَحْسَنُ السَّيِّئَةَ نَحْنُ أَعْلَمُ بِمَا يَصِفُونَ. The repel evil with which is better, we are best acquainted with the things that you utter, the things that you do. So again, speak kindly to other people. It doesn't hurt. Allah, it doesn't hurt a thing. Sometimes we think it hurts. We have so much pride within ourselves that it's hard for us to say something nice to other people. Right? If somebody gives you something, does something good for you, you don't acknowledge it. Especially our families. We don't acknowledge. We don't say thank you so much. If somebody else is an outsider, does something nice to you, like, mashallah, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Have a good day, sir. But when it comes to our own family member, they cook a good food or they do whatever that's good for you, you don't say anything. Because it's so hard. It's like we have like weights on our mouth that we can't utter. We can't say thank you. It's so hard. SubhanAllah. Just say it. It'll make your life a lot easier. It'll make people feel better as well, right? A smile is a charity. So it's the simplest things of doing certain acts that Allah will reward you as well. So a person who speaks good stays. If you speak good in a sense and your actions are good, it will stay with you. But if things that you say that are bad, that are evil, it's going to perish. It's going to go away. Same thing like your actions and deeds. As Allah says in the Quran, He says, thus those people who show forth the truth and falsehood, then as for those who its foam, it passes away as scum on the banks, while which that is good for mankind remains on earth. Allah says for a parable, the example of that. So if you speak good, you do good things, it will stay on this earth. People will benefit from it till the end of time. But if you say things that are evil, and harmful, then it's just like scum on a riverbed, and it just gets washed away. Nobody cares about it anymore. So be that better person to remind yourself to speak to people nicely. So Allah reminds us as well that when a person who is in the work of da'wah, a person who is giving, a person in a position of leadership, a person who's doing the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they have to be very cognizant of what they're saying. Be very careful what they say. And all of us here are all da'is. Don't think that it's only, I'm relieved from this, I don't do it, so it's not my. Everyone is. We're all ambassadors, we all give da'wah in the sense that we represent Islam in that manner. So Allah reminds us to have good character when we're giving da'wah, when we show that we are Muslims. He says, فَبِمَا رَحْمَةٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ لِنْتَ لَهُمْ وَلَوْ كُنْتَ فَظًّا غَلِيظَ الْقَلْبِ لَانفَضُّوا مِنْ حَوْلِكَ فَاعْفُ عَنْهُمْ وَاسْتَغْفِرْ لَهُمْ وَشَاوِرْهُمْ فِي الْأَمْرِ فإذا عزمت فتوكل على الله إن الله يحب المتوكلين. Then by the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that you dealt with them gently. You be nice to them. SubhanAllah, these people who are not nice to you, you talk to them nicely. Why? So you won't shun them away, you won't push them away. Right? Had you been severe and harsh-hearted, they would have broken away from you. They would have shied away from you. So pass over their faults, their flaws, their weaknesses, give forgiveness for them, and consult them in their affairs. Then when you take a decision, put your trust in Allah, certainly Allah loves those who put their trust in Him. So even if they're mean to you, even if they're not nice to you, be kind to them. Speak to them in nice words. Remember, you know the story of Fir'aun, when Allah told them, subhanAllah, Musa to go to Fir'aun, and we knew it was the biggest tyranny of all time. But He told them, speak to him nicely. SubhanAllah. And He knew that he's not going to accept Islam, but still, speak to him nicely. So if Fir'aun is the biggest oppressor, then I'm sure that our friends, our peers, people that we know, people who don't like, are not as bad as Fir'aun himself. So be nice, speak to somebody in a nicer manner as well. Now as for those who are in a position of teaching, preachers, teachers, da'i, we have to watch our behavior. We have to watch our actions. And the things that we do should reflect the things that we say as well. Because Allah states clearly, and this is one of the most scariest verse for anybody who's in this field, and He says to us, يا أيها الذين آمنوا لم تقولون ما لا تفعلون كبر مقتا عند الله أن تقولوا ما لا تفعلون. That all you believe, why do you say that which you do not do? Most hateful is with Allah that you say which you don't do. Allah, it's a very tough statement, for anyone who's doing good. And you're trying to do your best, but at least within the core of your heart you're trying. Right? Not like straight, bluntly you say, I don't want to do it. Oh, I'm just going to tell them to do good, and I'm just going to do the total opposite. But at least you're trying on your end as well. That's what Allah wants. He wants to see that effort. He wants to see that great effort that you're putting in every single day, because you want to change yourself. We're all weak human beings. We're bound to mistakes, and we're going to fall many times and trip. But it's how we get back up and how we get back on the horse that counts most. Then the Messenger of Allah reminded us in beautiful hadith. He said to us that in a simple saying, this is taught to the children, but it should also be taught to the adults as well. It says that Man kana yu'minu billahi wal yawmil akhir falyakul khayran liyasmut. As simple as that. If you believe in Allah on the last day, then speak nicely or be quiet. We all have an opinion. We all have something to say. We want to just, because even though we have no knowledge of what we're talking about, but we're the first to jump the gun and say to people, right? And especially those who are in position of knowledge, they're knowledgeable. We have those that have no idea what they're talking about, but they want to go and correct this imam or correct this person who knows what they're doing and talking about. SubhanAllah, be patient. And if you do so, take the time to go quietly. Don't embarrass the brother, don't embarrass him. And this is the things that, out of hikmah, out of wisdom, to do certain things like this. Another hadith of the Prophet, he said that he gave an advice that if you to do one thing, you'll be successful. What is that successfulness? He said they asked him, Allah Rasulullah man najah. They asked him, what is najah? قلت يا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم من نجاه قال أمسك عليك لسانك. Hold your tongue. That's it. You want to be successful in life? Just hold your tongue. Be careful what you say. Be careful what you say. Hold your tongue. How do you speak? How do you utter? That same tongue can either lead to the Jannah or Jahannam. It's the same tongue, right? But how do you utter? How do you speak? In another beautiful saying, it says, "As-sumtu hikmatun wa qilun qalilun fa'il." That sumtu, being quiet, is a wisdom. But little of us practice this thing. We all want to be heard. We all want to be heard, but we don't want to listen to anybody. We don't want to be quiet. Right? So then in another hadith, he states that Rahimallahu man sakata fasallam. So Allah has mercy on these people who are quiet and they're safe from other people. Right? He safeguards us from other people, from harming other people. Right? Just say something nice to people. It's not that hard. So speak nice to people. If you have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Right? Bite your tongue. Now I'll leave you one last hadith. The Prophet ﷺ mentioned in the hadith, he said in regards to keeping the tongue silent, he said, أَخْثَرُ خَطَايٍ ibn Adam min lisan. The biggest mistake of children of Israel, the children of Adam alayhi salam, is his tongue. That's the biggest mistake they make sometimes. And that same tongue is dhikrullah, is the remembrance of Allah, is glorifying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Instead of using for foul talks and everything else. I know in the society of America, the society of the Western civilization, we have to use certain words in order to make our rap music or whatever we listen to more extravagant, more more impressive to other people, because it shows how hard we are. Really, it shows you how ignorant you really are, not how intellectual you are. By using bad words doesn't make this word better. It doesn't do anything, right? So we have to be cognizant of these things, and this is a daily routine. Children say it, adults say it, everybody says it. So we start within ourselves to correct our own tongue and correct our own actions and habits, inshallah, so that Allah will allow us to prosper as a community, inshallah. الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه. So we're talking about the good words and we're talking about the bad words. It's easy to say. We can talk about this all day long. Every single day we meet people. That's how we communicate. If you cannot communicate, in a way that's appropriate, then we shouldn't. If we have friends that are bad influences with us, with our peers and coworkers, then we shouldn't hang out with people. They're not worth our time and our energy. If we're going to be constantly using these words because we're in the environment of cuss environment, everything else, that's not appropriate for ourselves. We should refrain from those kind of things and actions. And remember that those who are good, their partners and their spouses are also good too. If your spouse is bad, more than likely you're going to be bad too. If your parents are bad, more than likely you're going to follow your parents and you're going to probably do the same thing. So we have a responsibility upon our shoulders to be sure that we are the best role models, especially as parents. Alright? We have a statement in English language, do as I say, not as I do. We're going back again at the whole verse saying what Allah does not love those who say something but they don't actually act on it and they do the opposite. Not say as I do and say as I do and not as I do, not that statement. But rather, follow through on what you say. So he reminds us of the Noon in regards to the types of people that be in the same category. He says, الخبيثات للخبيثين والخبيثون للخبيثات والطيبات للطيبين والطيبون للطيبات أولئك مبرؤون مما يقولون لهم مغفرة ورزق كريم. Bad statements are for bad people, and bad people are for bad statements, and good statements are for good people, and good people are for good statements, and such are innocent bad statements which they say, for them is forgiveness and rizqun kareem, and provision. So if you utter certain things not knowingly, not willingly, and you say it by accident, then Allah knows and Allah forgives you. But every single day is a day that does not go by without hearing about certain words, certain letters. Then then there's something wrong with us. We have to correct our character. We have to be amongst those who are the best of examples when they see us and they deal with our mu'amalat. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, again, reminds us to check our deeds, check ourselves, check our actions. Where do we stand? Are we amongst those who speak good and kindly to other people? Or are we amongst those who like to belittle people? We like to put them down because we want to raise ourselves up. So where do we stand? We can critique our own selves. SubhanAllah. Sometimes we wait for others to kind of critique and point the finger, but ourselves, we got to judge ourselves. Judge yourself. See where you're at when you speak to other people. The minute that you're at a position and you're higher than somebody else, how do you speak? Do you come to their level or you want them to come to your level? How do you speak? How do you act? Alright, do you think that you're better than somebody else because of your status and your income and your family heritage and everything else? Where do you stand? How do you address certain things? So I'll finalize my khutbah by saying one quotation from the Quran, which Allah reminds us of speaking good words. He says in Surah Al-Furqan, وَعِبَادُ الرَّحْمَنِ الَّذِينَ يَمْشُونَ عَلَى الْأَرْضِ هَوْنًا وَإِذَا خَاطَبَهُمُ الْجَاهِلُونَ قَالُوا سَلَامًا. And the faithful slaves of the most gracious are those who walk on earth in humility. They are humble, right? They are humble. They have humility, and they walk on earth like this. And when they come across ignorant people, they leave them and they say, قَالُوا سَلَامًا. They leave them gently, and they say, may peace be upon you. That's it. They don't go and address them. They don't go and interact with these people and be like them. You don't stoop to their level. But yet, the level that you're at when it comes to your deen doesn't come right and rise to the level of Islam, level and standard of Islam itself. So there's no good in most of the secret talks that people do and say. A lot of times when there's a secret that's being said or something that's being passed around, majority of the time none of that is good. Because if you're afraid to say it, in public, then there's something wrong with that statement as well. So we have to be aware and cognizant of the things that we say and the things that we do. And it definitely will affect our life in this world as well as the hereafter. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us amongst those who understand our deen and to practice it, inshallah, in its utmost right, inshallah. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. So let us pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be among the good people, to say the good word, to live a good life, and to ask the good from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let us ask Allah for forgiveness. Let us make dua, inshallah. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا وأخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واعف عنا واعف عنا واغفر لنا واغفر لنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. Allah burdens not a person beyond his scope. He gets reward for that good which he has earned, and he is punished for that which he has earned. Our Lord punish us not if we forget or fall into error. Our Lord lay not upon us a burden like which He did lay on those before us. Our Lord put not on a burden greater than what we can have strength to bear. Pardon us and grant us forgiveness. Have mercy upon our souls. You are our Mawla, our patron, our supporter, our protector, and give us victory over the disbelieving people. Allahumma ameen. إن الله يعمل بالإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون.